Yes, and his face painted like him.
Yeah, he's saying dress like Vamp.
What was your first, the both of you, before you guys even started working against each other? What was your first big feud, Konnan? Like when you were working with the top, like the first top guy that you were drawing with, like you were selling out. And the same thing for you, Vamp. Like the first, like the guy that got you to the next level that you worked with. That's like, wow, I'm working with this guy. Who was it for you, Konnan?
Mine was Connect, but it was in El Toreo de Cuatro Caminos, which was another place that, like, where the foreigners used to go, like Vader and Inoki and all that.
UWA.
Yeah, UWA.
How about you, Vamp?
I think Pirata Morgan was the guy who put me over the moon.
Right.
Yeah.
Those guys are Hall of Famers, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
It has to be.
So when did you guys kind of realize that, like, when you guys are like the two of the biggest stars, top three at least at that time? When did you guys
there was a night near Hermosillo. Yeah, they shake your head, motherfucker. Exactly.
Yeah, right. So let me ask you this: when did you guys start looking at each other and like start hearing about how over you guys were? And when did you guys think like I know I'm gonna be working with that guy soon? Or was you thinking like I'd want to work with that guy? Like when you saw how popular the both of you were. Did you guys was that how you were thinking?
It wasn't like that, man. We were wrestling 6-7 times a day. You didn't have that. I want to do a program with him. You saw we even used to room together.
He did, and so so you guys started out rooming together?
Yeah, because you needed like a translator, and I was up on the phone.
Oh, did you really? You don't? So you don't know Spanish very well?
No, I didn't know Spanish at all.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, I was a fucking 19-year-old kid.
You're not. How old are you now?
53. I'll be 53 in May.
I'm gonna be 53 in November. Well, we're the same age. And you broke in when?
1984.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. God, you got a way head start on me. I fucked up, went to college. That was stupid. I missed 6 years.
You should pass that on to everybody else coming up in the business to have another career path.
Well, that's what I tell everybody. I said if you break into wrestling now, you need to have something else to fall back on, right?
You always did.
Yeah.
No, but we were partners for a bit. Well, I started out as a heel when he was the king. So we worked against each other a handful of times back then. Me being a heel, but then it was me, Carlos, and Pedro Aguayo that were a little team there for a bit. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Carlos, guys would fuck. I'm trying not to cuss. You know what I mean? Guys would beat up on me a little bit, and I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I was trying to find my way, and I was more into like he said, I would jump down during the match and get a girl's phone number, make her write it down, and come back and do my high spot. I didn't care because I didn't know any better. But I used to get my ass kicked a lot, and there was a couple times I would tell Carlos, and he will hit you type thing, like my big brother, you know what I mean? And he would say, okay, well, I won't tell you what he said because I don't want, it's not a good thing to do to kids, but kids to know these things. But he would say, just hold him and don't let him go, and move your head out of the way, and he would fucking come, and he would hit guys so hard, as payback type thing. It was.
So that's what. Wait. So when guys would try to take liberties with you, you would hook them. And Konnan would come in and glom him?
Yeah.
Really? I've never. It's funny thing. It's like I hear you guys had like the Mexico. Like I hear stories about you guys had to fight. I never had a problem with a guy. Like I never had a match where a guy was like really roughing me. I'm always trying to take advantage of me or trying to get over on me. I'd never had that. Yeah, how many times did you guys have to do
in Mexico? A lot, bro. Read it. Have you ever read Eddie Guerrero's book? You should read it. And right there it tells you how he was having to fight all the time in Juarez and when he got to Mexico. Now imagine, Vamp, just think about this. Vamp and I, two foreigners, come into Mexico and we're on top with guys twice our fucking age and they know we don't know what we're doing because we're green as shit. You think they gave us a fucking nice welcome?
Probably.
This guy doesn't even speak Spanish. I don't speak Mexican Spanish, which is a whole different fucking Spanish, So they were like, "Fuck these guys, let's run them out of here,"
we're there, and not just with me. I'm not trying to get him in trouble. I know he's in a situation domestically. He's happy, but the girls weren't there just for me. There was something that we had, the both of us, and it was weird because it was pro wrestling, but it was only girls, dude. It was only girls, and that bothered the guys a lot. Yeah.
And he just wondered today, like guys don't. I don't know. It just seems like all the guys in the business date the girls in the business, and nobody's like trying out. Like these guys aren't trying to go out and get girls and stuff. Everything. It's like it's a different. Like this millennial.
We didn't have to go anywhere. They were there.
Yeah, right. It's like
models, actresses, singers.
It's like you drew. It's like you drew girls, hot girls.
Right.
And like that's the one thing I think where wrestling's failed. It's like, bro, if you're looking down the crowd and you're at the hotel and there's not a lot of hot girls around, it's like you guys are just not doing it right. You know, because like if this business is based on sex appeal, and if you don't have any sex appeal, if everybody thinks you're a geek or like a video gamer and stuff and everything, you know, then girls are not going to want to come hang out with you. You know, and it's kind of weird we see that today. It's crazy.
Ask him about Hermosillo.
What's that?
Exactly.
Jesus, Vamp, what are you up to now these days?
I got real sick about 3 years ago. about 5 years ago, but about 3 years ago, I got diagnosed with the beginning stages of Alzheimer's.
What's it? How does that diagnosis go? Like when you go, like
because I was
like just for did you go in to get checked for it, or did they just do a regular checkup and there's things that they're trying to find?
Well, I had so many concussions, and I was in severe depression. It really got bad when I was in a shopping mall, and the security called my family to come and get me because I was just standing there in the corner. I was lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I totally was in a bad place. So we did the scans and all that kind of stuff, and they detected right away I got brain trauma. And then I did the tests, and because I was also had the severe tremors, and because of the injuries and the arthritis and all that stuff, the pressure on the base of my skull and my neck, because I'd broken my neck and I broke my back, I couldn't heal. So and they just kept giving me Vicodins and Percocets and stuff like that, and that was causing my brain to swell. So when my brain was so swollen, one of the concussions, my brain moved a little bit in the cavity, and it didn't go back in for a couple of years. So when I got diagnosed, they said I'm at a point where I'm never going to get rid of it, but I can stop it or at least bring it, stop it, slow it down the best that I can. There were times when I was like in a wheelchair for months when I was in Canada because I didn't have body function. I couldn't function. I didn't know what was going on. So then I was going to therapy, but they couldn't figure out what to do with me. So when I started the vegan lifestyle and I stopped the opiates and I got onto medicinal marijuana, there was a change instantly. I believe that my life was saved. And that was probably during season 3 or 2, season 2 of Lucha Underground. That was about 340 pounds because of all the
Were you really?
Stuff. Yeah, just the water.
You looked heavy, but I was like, I didn't think you hit that pretty well.
So as soon as that started happening, then I started looking for different doctors to do more profound tests. Because in Mexico, I couldn't find the right neurologist they didn't have the technology to test me for certain things for brain trauma. So I thought the best place would be Las Vegas because that's, where all the fighters are and they got a really strict athletic commission. I thought I would come and try. So I was introduced to a team here that specializes in vets that come back from tours of duty with brain trauma because of the concussions from the bombs and the explosions. Because it's the same thing as getting punched in the head. Because that shock wave that causes the trauma. So I started working. I was supposed to start working for an MMA company here. They wanted to bring pro wrestling to Las Vegas and do it in the arena on off days. So I asked permission in AAA to come and get better, and I said, "This is happening. If it works, may I bring talent?" That fell through. It didn't even get off the ground, but I did meet the right medical team here, and this guy was very familiar with combat athletes and pro wrestlers and, of course, vets. So we started a program about a year and a half, exactly 1 year now. I've been on the program, and it's working incredibly. My weight is down. I'm off all prescription drugs. I'm doing 2 to 3 hours every day of memory work to help me. Like I was a guitar player my whole life, and I can't. This hand moves, but this one doesn't work. So I'm trying to learn all over again in music and, strangely enough, video games. are what they've recommended me, because in a video game, you need to repeat the scenario. You die and you just start and you keep going and going until you learn it by memory. So I've been doing that. And then I was taking dance classes, just so that I can move my feet and my hands.
Dancing? Wait, what type of dance classes?
I went to tap dancing. Because the reason is part of the therapy that I was doing, there's a lot of meditation and there's vibrations. We put it on big speakers and the sound, and I go into a dark tank and it vibrates, and I'm in the water and it stimulates my brain. So they said dancing, because I couldn't fucking dance if you paid me. Konnan's a good dancer, by the way. I don't think anybody knows that, but he is, and that's a straight fucking shoot. I said, I'm not going to go to fucking dance class. What are you, stupid? And they said, you have to do something. So I became a Mason, and because in Masonry, everything is memory work. So every time you go up a degree, you have to learn and you have to memorize the whole thing. So that helped me. And of course, I like studying all those weird ass religions anyways. And
are you a Freemason?
Yeah. So the dancing, the tap dancing, you shuffle your feet and it's a vibration. So I would put on music that was comfortable to me, and I would just do 2 steps because I don't want to know anymore. And I would just do the steps, and the vibrations would come, and it's really working for me. So my doctors are from they're Eastern medicine, Chinese doctors, and alternative things, and it's really, really working. So I've been here getting healthy, and I play in a band, and every now and then I'm fortunate enough to do things in AAA, and that's kind of it. Do a lot of TV and movie work too. So things are kind of cool.
That's very cool, bro. Do your thing. I'm glad that you're happy. What platforms are you on that people can communicate with you? And are you supposed to be doing a podcast with Joe?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do something?
Yeah, starting up this coming week, hopefully. As long as we have everything ready.
Yeah.
What's the name of the podcast?
I don't know yet.
Vigilante?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know. Because there's going to be a lot of different issues on there, right? Like the health, mental health thing. It's. I don't really see it having anything to do with wrestling,
right?
And another one of alternative music, just things I'm into now. There's too many wrestling podcasts out there,
bro. Everybody says the same thing, and at the end of the day, people want to hear you talk wrestling. So don't get away from that.
Yeah, I agree with you, but my main focus is
right. But you got to draw them in with the wrestling, then you can throw the other shit. But if you don't have the wrestling, you just have that. They're like, nah.
Well, actually, the project I'm involved in, the second part of my documentary, which is me getting better, right. And I forgot. Have you? I'm in the mental health community right now. I went and I got a couple degrees. I went to school. And it's just awesome because nobody wants to talk about wrestling. And it's really helps that I don't have to deal with. What was it like wrestling staying in? Are you and Konnan really angry at each other? It's like, fuck off. Right. You know what I mean?
With your podcast, you're going to have guests? It's just going to be you?
I have no idea.
Because here's the thing with the podcast, this is what we found out too. Bro, there's no restriction. You can talk. That's the thing I like about Joe Rogan is that, like, if he has a guest on I want to hear, I listen. If he has a guest on I don't want to hear, I don't. And it's like you can get people on that you want to talk to, and that, and that's what I've always been entertained with is that you can basically bring anybody on you want to talk to.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll evolve, and I'll start to listen to other people to even get an idea. I don't know. I have no clue. I'm real new at it. I tried one a couple times. It was fun. People liked it. I don't know.
Well, I can tell it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be good because you like to talk. You like to tell stories. You're a storyteller. And those the podcasts that usually do very well. The ones that are, they know how to tell a story. So it should be fine.
It's just another outlet, dude.
1,000%. Good way to network, meet people. It's been great for us. So, it's been cool catching up with you, Vamp. We got more work to be done. And, thank you for everything that you've done for the company. And I just want to tell you, thank you for being on Keeping It 100. Boom.